Hello everybody, my name is Patrick, you're watching Patchworks. Today, we are inside and we're going to be doing some more canning. What are we canning, you might ask? Peaches, you idiot, they're right in front of me. Why would you ask such a stupid question? We went peach picking 2 days ago. My wife and I and my baby got some cute candid photos. We paid about at least twice the price of what these peaches would have cost at a store to pick them ourselves. Nothing like paying a little extra for some manual labor. This is my first time canning peaches. I don't know what I'm doing. I have, again, the first recipe that came up on Google to can peaches. We are going to be canning them in a syrup because I like sweet things, and don't judge me, I'm judging you. First things first, some of these are bruised. I'm not sure if we'll be able to use all of them. We're going to try to cut out the bruised parts and use the rest because I don't want to waste them. First things first, we're going to need to get the peels off. Now, need is a strong word. We don't need to peel them, but I want to peel them. And so I have some water boiling over here, and we are going to be blanching the peaches, which should make peeling them a whole lot easier. Over here, we have some jars sterilizing in the baby bottle sterilizer. We're gonna be doing about 14 jars, I think is what we're doing. The recipe is for 7, so we should be doubling the recipe. I believe 14 actually is the max amount of jars that fit in my canner at once. So that would be sick if I only have to do this once. I don't really have too much time. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. I have to leave the house, I guess, in 3.5 hours. That should be enough time, right? Right, guys? Let's head over to the stovetop where we have the canner water getting hot and the water boiling, ready to start blanching these peaches. So we're over here at our boiling pot of water, and these are beat up. But we're going to be blanching them, and what Google says is you mark an X on the base, and get boiling water all over yourself, apparently. That hurt. In the water for 30 to 60 seconds. The water was boiling, I swear. Then we put them in the ice bath. I think this is ready. Hey, look at that. The skin's coming off. Alright, move these to the tray. I don't think these all fit in the ice bath. Come on. Yeah, this one's cooled down enough. So, I discovered that I probably should have left these peaches out of the fridge for an hour or two to cool down because blanching them was actually taking a really long time. Every time the water temperature would drop quite dramatically, and it'd take like 2-3 minutes to get back up to temp. So what I've been doing in the interim is just peeling them by hand, and that's actually what I'm going to do for the rest of them as well. And I'm gonna get our syrup mixture started. So we are doing a light syrup for every, there's like, it's just essentially how much water to sugar is there. The recipe I'm using for the light syrup, for every 6 cups of water, it is 2 cups of rice. Which I guess, so I'm gonna need 12 cups of water, 4 cups, did I say rice? 4 cups of sugar, goodness gracious. I ain't putting rice in this. All the peaches are peeled. You can clearly tell the difference between the ones that were blanched and the ones that were not. They're not going to be super cute, perfect peach slices. They were never going to be in the first place. I'm not capable of that kind of perfection. These are all of the peach skins, and we're trying to figure out, my wife really wants to keep them. I mean, we're going to throw them in the compost pile, worst case scenario, which isn't that bad of a scenario. But maybe we can dehydrate them and turn them into peach powder or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do. It's going to be too late by the time I see them, but maybe for next year. So now we're going to start slicing these peaches up and putting them into the cans. Now these cans have been sterilized, and we're just going to chop them into slices. Boop. No rhyme or reason to these. I'm just thinking like peach baked good sized, right? Now we need to leave a 1/2 inch of headspace, so it looks like we're gonna get about 1.5 peaches in each of these cans. That seems wild. We should be able to get way more than that. Once all these are in the jars, we're gonna take it back over to the syrup, and we're gonna ladle the syrup into the jars. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, we're back. As you can see, we do still have more peaches. So these are the 14 jars. Gonna need to make 2 trips at this. Is what it is. I'm gonna need to make more jam So I'm gonna fill these, I'm gonna start canning them, make more syrup, and do the whole process over again. Thanks, planning and thinking ahead. And this should be as simple as bada bing, bada boom. Now I want to leave a 1/2 inch headspace in all these. At least peaches don't float or anything, which make this really confusing to do. I hate when they say 1/2 inch headspace and it's like all these things float. How am I supposed to measure that? They just keep rising. Bloop, bloop. Doing this with a ladle makes it a lot easier. I mean, I'm gonna have a sticky mess all over everything afterwards, but I would anyway. What's the deal with headspace? Like, why do certain ones need more or less? What do you guys think? Are these gonna let off more steam? Less steam? Do they let off any steam? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Leave these over here. I'm gonna wipe these lids and tops so they have a nice seal. Don't want anything getting in the way and preventing it from sealing. Alright, so those are all wiped. I'm gonna put these tops on. We were looking at picking white peaches too, and you're actually not supposed to try to can white peaches because they don't really have enough acidity, and you want something with enough acidity to be able to kill stuff like botulism. Now botulism, I think it's a bacteria, and it releases a toxin, botulism something or other, and while you can kill the bacteria in high heat, you have to cook it for like a really, really, really long time to kill botulism, which is no fun. And we're not necessarily going to be cooking stuff like this for a long time. You might just want to eat it as you can. Finger tight, it says. You don't want to rinse down too much. Now the liquid that we poured on it was still warm. We're going to put this in the hot water, which I got up to a boil, then left to a low simmer. Because these cans are a little warm with that syrup, they should not burst. Keyword being should not. But we're just going to pray. Just check that I actually tightened all these. Alright, now let's go over to the canner. Look at this, guys. The table rolls. So I'm going to be doing 2 layers. And this is hot, not quite boiling. We're going to see. Once this gets up to a boil though, we are going to cook it for another 25 minutes, which just to make sure everything is completely sterilized. Now that is sketchy. That is about as high as I'd ever want to fill that thing. But we're gonna get that back up to a boil. We're gonna let it go for 25 minutes, and they should be good. Alright guys, so these were boiling for 25 minutes. Let them cool off for 5 minutes. And we are going to transfer them, come on, to a dish rag because we don't want them to break, touch any of the cold surfaces. And you guys can see right here, I have my jars that I need to go in right after. So I'm going to swap these out, put those jars in, do the same thing again. Not exploded. That's good. So I'm going to put these jars in, get them going, let these cool off, and I will check back in with you guys tomorrow morning, where hopefully all these jars will have sealed properly, and I won't have to eat like 20 jars of peaches in the next 2 weeks, because I have to keep in the fridge. Fingers crossed! See you guys in a sec. Beep. Alright, it is the next day, and all of these are sealed, right? Let me double check that. Yep, they are all sealed. So let's remove those rings and see if they stay sealed. Where do you guys keep your rings? I have like so many rings in the basement. I don't know what to do with them. Do I just like make a dowel rod and just put them on it? That's a good idea, actually. I don't need your help. Don't give me any advice. Alright, well, all this clang-clanging has effectively attracted my cat over here. Stay away, Francis. I don't want him knocking over all of our peaches. That is it, you guys. We have 24 cans of peaches. Now, I know one of these is going over to a friend today, and I'm sure I'm going to be giving a few more away, because I literally don't think me or my wife have opened or eaten a single can of peaches in the last, like, 2 years. So I guess we're going to be doing some stuff with them this year. Make a peach cobbler, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, these are all sealed, and we're going to store these down in our basement. Yeah, you're having a great time. We're going to be storing these down in our basement, so be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification, because in the next video, we are going to be going down in the basement. We're going to be doing a checkup on how the onions are curing, which I believe they're done. We're going to start drying out some of our beans that we've harvested, and we're going to just do an overall update and tally on all the food that we've stored and how our winter food storage is coming along and stacking up. But before you go, I'm going to go ahead and try one of these peaches. So this can right here, the top has a nick in it, not from canning, from something else, and I didn't realize it. It seems to have sealed, but there's a nick in the rim, and I don't trust that it will seal long term, and I'm kind of curious to see how these actually taste. So let's crack this open. How do you guys open one of these jars once you've sealed it? Hey, like that, I guess. Alright, how does it smell? Smells like canned peaches. I mean, the peaches just smelled like peaches before, but now, like, this thing actually smells like when you open a jar of canned peaches. Oh, they are tender like canned peaches. Damn, those are awesome. That's a can of peaches. We did it, guys. That was one of, like, the least kerfuffled videos I've ever done in terms of, like, I don't think I really messed anything up. My baby's getting a little upset. What's going on? My baby refused to not be held for the last 30 seconds of this video. I mean, what has today come to where a father has to watch his child? You know, absolutely ridiculous. Well, listen, that's it for today's video. If you got this far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Look out for new videos coming out every single week, and I will catch you guys on the next one.